We got a special show this morning with the Pagosa Springs Medical Center. Dr. Rhonda Webb, CEO, CMO, and Jodi Scarpa, Manager of Foundation and Community Relations, is here. Are here. Hello, you guys. Welcome.
Hey,
sorry about that.
That's okay.
That phone rarely rings. But
Is it like a hotline?
I hope not.
I hope not, do. We have a red phone in the ER, so we know when it rings there's something going on. How are you?
Do you really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Long time no see.
I know, right? Since yesterday. And that was an excellent program, by the way.
Thank
the
you.
EMTs.
It's interesting.
Jason and
so many
Kelsey.
people in Pagosa don't know that the hospital owns the ambulance service here. The only ambulance service in our area is owned by the hospital. Only 6 hospitals in Colorado still own their ambulance, and they have to hear it all the time. It's because ambulances lose money, right? And so in the 90s, hospitals sort of stopped using them or owning them. And anyway, we still do. That's how we started, and we think this is EMS week too.
It is EMS
week.
Right.
So yesterday at the Rotary, Kelsey Jensen and Chief Jason Webb presented their Stop the Bleed program and talked a bit about AEDs, automated defibrillators, which are located all around our county. It's a very strong program, and Kelsey does a lot of training for the community, oversight by Andrew Spangler, another great paramedic here. They've been running very lean for the past couple of years, and yet when you call 911, there they'll be. But she gave some tips on what to take in your backpack if you're out hiking in case you have an injury, to stop bleeding out in the field before EMS could get there. And in search and rescue, we have wonderful first responders here all over the place, and they all work together very well. But anyway, it was informative. They taught me a lot.
Tough at lunchtime.
It wasn't lunchtime.
Listening to this, stuffing the wound. But it's important. And then the tourniquet ideas in case you don't have one, or just.
It's important, but we talk a different language. And so
I'm like, whoa, I don't know how.
I was looking around and thought, most of these people are going to get queasy here if we say the blood anymore. So we backed off on that.
It was effective.
It was great. It was really good. Yeah. I mean, we have a first aid kit when we hike because you really don't know if you're out on a trail. What can you do to take care of yourself before first responders can get there? Mm-hmm. So it was a good program. Sorry you missed it, Jodi.
I'm sorry I missed it too. But we're not missing EMS week. We are so grateful for our staff over there and everything they do.
Yeah, agreed.
So and you talked about the ambulances and how they were 4-wheel drive, and there's two that are active at.
Well,
and 5 altogether.
We want to staff 3 all the time, but they're just very short staffed, like we have been since the pandemic. We're starting to see people apply for jobs again, so we're happy about that. Mm-hmm. But they've all been doing a lot, and EMS also backs up the ER for us. So at any one time, you may see, and fire comes in with them sometimes. So I'll look in there, and they're taking care of a critical patient, and I'll say hi to my guys. I say, "Well, I don't know you," and they'll say, "He's fire." I said, "Oh, well, thanks for jumping in." So we have a great relationship with the first responders here. Everybody's great. So it was fun. Lots of fun.
And they live over there behind the fire station.
They do live at fire, so people think fire owns them. Fire ambulances are red. Our ambulances are white. We're about to wrap them in some advertising.
Really? You're going to sell ads now? Now I have to compete with you guys?
Yeah, where's it going? I think we're going to have to do that. Teach people that
that's cool.
The ambulance is there, and when you're this remote, you need to know that when you get packed up and shipped out, that they do it well, and they do it well under the direction of their medical director, Dr. Renner, who's one of our ED docs, and they work with and the communication is great. Anyways, it's if you've got to have something bad happen, then it's great to know that we have great first responders and EMS in this community for sure. Mm-hmm. But I can't talk about that all the time.
Good program, and thanks for being here this morning, you guys. I know there's a lot to talk about.
We have several new providers. So I always like to talk about that when we're here. We have Dr. Laura Marcoux Buck. She is a neurologist And she is the wife of Dr.
I was
Andrew
wondering.
Buck.
Okay.
In fact, in the
Center for
old
Cancer
days, I
and
think when
Blood.
they were in their residency together,
Really?
she was called like She-Buck or Ladybug. or
Ladybug.
something. Ladybug.
Ladybug.
And so, anyway, she's working in neurology. We do still have Dr. Bill Bentley as a neurologist here, but Laura is working for us now, and excited for that. And Dr. Kristen Lane is an internal medicine physician who starts the first week of June in our clinic. Dr. Laurie Medina is a general surgeon who has been doing, I guess, what you would almost call vacation coverage or relief work, and she's joining our surgery department more like 2 weeks a month now, so she'll be coming down here. She has a big interest in Eastern medicine also, and she is a general surgeon. She'll be joining Dr. Tingley, our general surgeon, and we're excited about that. Looking toward doing some more wellness and prevention, and we're excited about that. And then Heather Nobles is a physician assistant who is very experienced, and she is in also family medicine, and she is relatively new. I mean, we hadn't been here in a while to talk
Heather
about
was
this.
here on the radio 2 months
Yeah.
ago.
Oh,
She
was she
was-
with
she
Tamara
came
from the
in.
clinic? Yeah.
Tamara and James was on the radio last month with the MRI. He actually gave me a tour while we were over
A
there.
tour of the MRI.
Yes,
Isn't
that's
it great? He's so
intense.
proud of that MRI.
Yes, he is.
We have truly a state-of-the-art MRI for sure.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
and
that's
it's
amazing.
it's less claustrophobic than the older MRIs. Really state-of-the-art, and James is just incredible. Our images, my husband's orthopedics, and so when he sends people with their images up to the front range, and their doctors will say, "Wow, they'll need a follow-up MRI," and they'll say,
"That is detailed."
and they'll say, "Do I need to come up here to get my MRI?" I say, "No, you get it done down in Pagosa Springs. Your images are better than ours." So it's pretty cool. MRI, for those who don't know, is magnetic resonance imaging, and it really is state-of-the-art to see kind of what's going on inside.
And you can listen to music too while you do
Yeah,
it now.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
If you want to. Yeah. I know I've had a couple of people complain that the music's too old for them.
Oh, really?
Well, that's our music, I guess. I better-
Spotify or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we better do something different for the
I
music.
think he said he had that. Or some sort
Maybe
of
he did.
internet connection.
Yes. Internet,
You
yeah.
could tune into this station too.
Yeah, he could. We could listen to cable.
Yeah, you could. So.
I'll drop that bug in his ear. We also have our 3D mammogram is now installed, fully functional. 3D mammogram just lets you see breast lesions so much better, and it is again state-of-the-art hologic Selenia 3D mammography system. Look at me with my bad accent, and it just really takes it up a notch for us. And our 3D mammo team is our on-site radiology, Dr. Jessica Cox, and of course Dr. Roy Tingley, general surgeon, Dr. Laurie Medina, general surgeon, and then April Bacconi and Laurie True are the mammo technicians,
Right.
and April actually is also in charge of radiology. So great team, and super excited about that. Bringing state-of-the-art mammography here.
And thanks to all our donors that made it happen.
No doubt. We were very dependent on donors for this project, just that they were back before I moved here. And I've
Right.
been here 9.5 years, but back before, when they started mammography in general, that was on because of people that donated
Right.
generously to our hospital. And same thing this way with the 3D upgrade. We're excited about that. Very excited. It was
Very
great.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we spoke with Dr. Laurie and Jessica. Maybe that was 3 months ago.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we
Wow.
kinda covered a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you guys
have.
are great about sending people over, or
Yeah.
I go over there, and
yeah.
it's
we're-
a nice. And Angela, thanks to Angela for
Yeah.
organizing this too. Right?
Yeah,
Angela Worth.
Angela Worth and Jodi are
And
our
Jodi.
community outreach and foundation department. They all have a lot on their plates, but we anyway, we are I guess in that way, since the end of the pandemic, we talked pandemic for so long, right? For everybody, not just in our business, but it was hard for everyone. And now I think everybody has a bit of PTSD about it, but here we are. The pandemic's over. We're seeing very few COVID patients in the hospital, although now and again.
Still hear about people
we still see it. And some people get pretty sick with it, and some people don't. It's not as aggressive as it was, of course, back in 2020 when it was so deadly, but still you do hear people that are.
What about this long COVID thing they keep talking about? Is
that
real?
Long COVID, yes, it is real. I mean, there are people that have long COVID clinics, especially at big centers, and the research that's coming out of that does show it's real. However, but because humans live a long time, so we have to follow them for a long time before we can know just exactly what's up. Even if you have long COVID, like people who had pretty bad COVID and maybe had some felt like they had some memory loss and just kind of felt like they aged overnight. Many of those patients, however, after 6 months to a year, are starting to feel better, and so we're moving past that. But many people are left with pretty debilitating illness still, and it's really unfortunate. But because the pandemic is officially over, and I think COVID is now somewhat endemic or just kind of exists, and we're
like
just going to live with it like the flu or other respiratory illnesses, we're able to get out in the community again, which is exciting. So we did sports physicals at the for the middle school and high school.
Last week.
Last Friday, Jodi, I think, organized that. Didn't you, Jodi?
I helped with it. Absolutely.
A lot of young athletes turned out. It was very successful. We were excited to do that for our community. And also in outreach, we participated in the Mental Health Awareness Walk on Saturday in the rain, and that was well attended despite the weather.
Right, and I found out too that EMS went down to the elementary school, and
that's right, on Friday morning.
On Friday morning,
they all got to go through the ambulance. I think it was the fourth graders. All got to go through it might have been fifth. Like all had to go through they got to look at the ambulance and really understand what EMS is. So that was great. Just like yesterday at Rotary. Rotary does so much good work, worldwide, of course, but even our local Rotary is very.
It's amazing.
They do amazing things, and I don't get to participate too much because I have another job, but and you do well, right? It's like but you sit around and you look at these people that do so much incredible volunteer work in this community, and then yesterday we got to see a third grade class because the Rotary gives them dictionaries every year, and they used them throughout the year, and they came in and looked up words and
oh, how cute!
And it was super.
Great.
That's awesome.
Those are cool dictionaries.
Really, kind of was a blessing for the day. Just seeing these young kids.
I thought so too.
It sort of made it that way. Really, shout out to Warren Brown, who's been the president for this past year, and Cindy, the new president coming in. Yeah. It's a hard job, and they both have other jobs, so it's really
He's
great.
A great president. He's excellent. Yeah.
So
back to health
in motion. So those people who follow us know that last August we purchased the building on the corner, the medical. It's formerly known as the Pruitt Building. It was where Dr. Pruitt practiced for a long time. It was the first really medical office building in this community, and we did purchase that. It's on the corner of 160 and South Pagosa.
Yep.
And we did that just to complete our campus, and now we are raising money to put into place Health in Motion service line. We call the building now the Medical Wellness Building. Jodi has applied for a grant for renovation. And we need to raise money to get this thing remodeled, to get this building remodeled, and be able to put together this service line. What the service line is going to do, the Health in Motion service line is, of course, we already have orthopedic surgery. We're expanding orthopedic surgery. There's, again, sports physicals, primary care for athletes, concussion monitoring, those type things. Physical therapy is expanding into that building, and nutrition, wellness, and prevention, there are a lot of things for prevention. I always like to remind patients that as we get older, our balance is very important. And so, try to do some type of balancing exercise every day. Get those throw rugs off the floor, because when you, as you get older, you just don't recover as well from tripping, and falls are really hard on people. And you hear all the time. I mean, people that are your age that are falling and fracturing things, or having head injuries or other serious injuries. So we're going to be doing that, some mobility and strength and balance.
So balancing, these are different exercises or things like that, or
exactly.
Like skiing's probably good for balancing, or maybe
is.
Rafting or kayaking or
Yeah,
stand-up paddleboarding.
And yoga and
Yoga.
Tai Chi.
Yoga and
Tai
Tai
Chi.
Chi, right? Because,
Nice.
yes, Will, because you love to ski. But those of us who can't paddleboard, I mean, try to start the day with some yoga and or some type of balancing Tai Chi, just to help prevent that. And we're going to be doing some injury prevention group classes on how to prevent ACLs, and, work with students to try to prevent injuries. Anyway, that's our plan for the new building. Again, we'll be fundraising for that for a while. It's going to
north of the hospital, just to the north, kind of.
It's just to the north, on the corner.
Building?
Yes, it's wooden.
Okay.
And so we'll hopefully get this grant from DOLA. DOLA has helped us a lot in the past. It is a matching grant, which we can match with the funds from the building, and then we have to just fundraise for the rest of it. So we are probably going to do some aesthetics in the building too, and that's pretty exciting for the community. There are people that want that, and we are just sort of branching out. Healthcare in general, rural healthcare, there have been so many rural hospitals that have closed or been bought by big systems. We are an independent hospital district, and we are doing what we can do to stay independent. And it's been a challenging time, especially the last couple of years in healthcare have been very challenging. Financially, people don't really understand that some people don't, that rural hospitals run very tight margins. Many have negative margins. We had a negative margin last year. That's not sustainable, obviously. So we have to do those service lines that generate revenue to help balance off those service lines, like EMS, that don't. And so we are. That's our fundraising priority, is the medical wellness building, and we are going to get it remodeled and get some new services in there.
That's right.
Excited.
Serve our community with these new services.
Yeah, wellness is what it's all about. So, Jodi, talk about the upcoming events.
We are we're planning an open house later in the summer to invite the public in to see all our great services, meet our employees, participate in some activities that we're going to have.
We'll probably have our inflatable colon
I was
outside.
hoping
Always a hit to learn about colon cancer screening.
for photo opportunities.
Yes, people love it.
It'll be fun.
We haven't done it in a few years, obviously. We planned open houses a few times over this past year, and just had to call it because we had so many employees out, and COVID would be really bad in the community, so we just didn't. But we feel like this, probably by the end of the summer, I mean, we feel comfortable with it now. We just have a lot going on, so probably we'll wait till it cools off a little, maybe in September, and have an open house for the community. That'll be exciting. Wait. Yeah, it'll be fun. Just like the old days.
Yay.
We're also working with the Archuleta County Fair Board to plan a pink rodeo. Tough Enough to Wear Pink out of Texas, a nonprofit.
It's our first. It's the first pink rodeo here.
It's the first pink rodeo, but also our first time we've participated with the Archuleta County Fair, and we're very excited to do that. And it's on the pink rodeo, which will be in honor and support of everyone who has survived cancer
or known someone who's had cancer. And so we're going to try to get everybody wearing pink on Friday, August the 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that the Bayfield Bells are planning on coming.
Yes, they are.
Bustiers on their horses? No, on them.
Not on the horses. That's funny. I want to see that. Yes, and the shooters are coming, and lots of fun stick horse races. We're going to color our hair pink, and some people are getting their heads shaved. Do you want yours shaved, Will?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Worry-free. And Jodi's
hair.
working very closely with the Archuleta County Fair Board. There's just a lot of excitement about this because almost everyone knows someone or has had someone, their lives affected by cancer. And so this is in honor of all cancer survivors and those that we have lost. And I think just we need to think pink and get out there and have a great time at the rodeo on August the 4th.
Right.
Yep. Thank you to the Archuleta County Fair Board for doing this. We're really grateful for that. And then in a couple weeks we're having our summer gala, our fundraising effort, and thank you to our sponsors. Can I read those off?
Sure,
You
please
should.
do.
We're so grateful for our sponsors. This will be on June the 19th. We're almost
Coming up.
We're almost there. We're
almost sold out of
Monday.
seats.
And-
All right.
Oh my
Every
gosh,
year it
it's
seems.
exciting, yeah.
And the decor is gorgeous. The food will be amazing. Thank you to the Alley House as one of our platinum sponsors. They're donating all the food, and it's just it's going to be spectacular. So thank you to the Alley House, Evelyn Tennyson, RG Bank, Engel Volkers, G.E. Johnson, TBK Bank, Visiting Angels, Novo Benefits, Agile Benefits Consulting, Radiology Imaging Associates, USI, Happy Trails Boutique. Thank you to all our company
And
sponsors.
for those of you who don't know, Engel and Volkers was formerly known as Pagosa Source Real Estate Advisors. So that's
Mike and
right.
Lori
That's
here.
their name.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
But we greatly appreciate all of our sponsors this year. It really makes a difference for us. When you run, like I said, when you run this tight of a margin, having the support of our community is incredible.
And
Yeah. That's the 19th. At
It's
what time?
Monday.
The 19th,
6 to 10, and if you, we still have some seats available.
We do have some seats
Yep,
available.
and if you want, and if you're interested, call me at the hospital at 970-731-3700.
Jodi Scarpa. She can certainly talk to you about tickets and seating. Jodi's all
Nice.
about this. Jodi took on the role. Not only does she have her foundation work and her outreach work, but she took on the role of grant writing, because for us being able to obtain grants is key for us to be able to buy capital, to improve our facilities, which needs to happen. Yes.
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 Fantastic. Well,
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
That's gotta be work.
You've been working hard, Jodi.
fundraising
Yep.
is.
Well, it's been gang writing. The leadership team has all
Oh,
been
you have a
doing
team.
writing and with the direction. So I don't do anything by myself.
No. Oh, that's good. You
We
delegate.
have a wonderful
It's a team effort.
I
Yeah,
have
you
like
do.
the best job in the world, right? Because I
Sure.
get to lead this. I get credit for
All
all the
these
work
good
that all
people.
these wonderful people do, and it's just super.
No, it's great. Greatest
Yeah.
team ever.
Well, PSMC live on Good Morning Pagosa with Dr. Rhonda Webb, CEO, CMO, and Jodi Scarpa, the manager of Foundation and Community Relations. And we just flew by the whole show. I don't know.
We did.
And we're like,
I think it's because we got caught in traffic coming down. We walked in just as the show was about to start.
yeah, we
So
kind of got right after it.
Yeah, we were still. In
I was
that
so
mode.
glad you came.
I'm glad you guys are here and
Yeah,
really
we
appreciate
being
everything
here,
you do.
Will.
And especially thank you very much, all of you.
Yeah, thank you.
So
It's great to be here.
Thank you, Will.